fuerza, el guerrero del momento.
Esa es su esencia.
Gacho en la lucha, jamás perder el aliento. Nunca perderé el aliento. Gacho con fuerza, el guerrero del momento.
Esa es su esencia.
Gacho en la lucha, jamás perderé el aliento. Nunca perderé el aliento.
¡Hey! Estamos aquí en un episodio más de Gacho Jiu-Jitsu Ancestral. Estamos con TJ Zuli, el secretario general de la Federación Nacional de Jiu-Jitsu de Filipinas. How you doing, TJ?
I'm doing good, Raul. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for bringing me over here in Philippines. I know that you are black belt in judo.
Yes.
When you start to doing judo?
Judo?
Yes.
I started when I was 11 years old. This was back in 1991.
And who put the seed of judo in you?
It was just me and my friends. It's a weird story. People ask me all the time, how did you get started in this? It's just really a group of my friends. We're watching the judo practice, and us being kids, 11 years old, we were mocking it.
Okay.
Right? We're playing, and then the instructor approaches us, why don't you join us?
How long take you to be black belt in judo?
It took me 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
And how you start to involve in jiu-jitsu?
Okay, so there was a jiu-jitsu club back in 2001, right? And there was only 2 jiu-jitsu clubs in the Philippines at that time. They wanted to learn some stand-up, and the instructor was a schoolmate of mine. So he asked me to teach judo on Friday nights. In exchange, I can train for free in the academy for jiu-jitsu.
Nice. And you're one of the pioneers of jiu-jitsu in Philippines.
Yes, a lot of the club was already existing by the time I got there. There was a good about 20, maybe 30 people in the club at that time. But out of everyone that's there, maybe there's a handful of us that stuck around. And I guess I was heavily involved in sports and academics. And that's how eventually I found my place here in the federation like this, because I was one of the very first few ones to compete actively outside of the club level.
Who put you your black belt? You black belt under who in jiu-jitsu?
Okay. I got my black belt from Professor Nicolas Grigoriadis, who is the very first black belt under Roger Gracie.
Cool. Say hello to Roger. Roger, hello. How you doing?
Hello, Professor Nick. Hello, Professor Roger.
Yes. How long take to you to have your black belt in jiu-jitsu?
That took a while. It took me 15 years to get my jiu-jitsu black belt. Right.
It take me 12 years. Yeah. In all the career that you have in jiu-jitsu and judo, what is the most difficult belt in jiu-jitsu for you?
Okay, I had some time to rethink this question from when you first asked me of it. I'd say black belt. Black belt is the most difficult, right? Because on the route to black belt, white belt, blue, purple, brown, you're really only thinking about yourself and your own progress, right? And that's easy. But when you have to start thinking about other people, it's a little bit harder, right? You have to go outside of your own needs, think about what everyone else's needs. Especially in my club, right? For the longest time, we didn't have a black belt. And a lot of my students, they've been with me for 5, 6 years. Some of them still have their white belts or blue belts because no one can promote. Eventually, when I got my black belt under Professor Nick, right, it was an example of Nick that really told me that I need to do more for those who have stuck it out with me, trained with me for so many years. There was a thought when I got my black belt, maybe it's time to retire, but I eventually figured out that that I can't do that because I can't leave behind everyone that put in so many years in training with me and just not have any black belt around to support them. I had a black belt. We now have the ability to make them rise up the ranks. Right? It's time for me now to step up for them, make sure that they have the skills needed for the next belt ranks, and eventually get them to black belt. So, yeah, right
Black
now
belt was the difficult one.
yeah, and so I got that first batch of black belts done. And now I'm helping a new generation of jiu-jitsu athletes reach their goals and their black belts too.
Talking about helping the new generation, how you involved with the federation? How you got your I know that you're the general secretary. Who gave you the idea of how the commissioners, or I don't know how it works, to give the idea, oh, you know what, let's do a camp. Maybe we're gonna do a camp every year. Well, maybe we're gonna do twice or 3 times. I don't know, but who gave you the idea, or how came the idea?
Okay, so the idea for this training camp with Professor Gacho came about because every year we send the national team to training camps abroad. It can be in the US, in Japan, Australia, right? And we have a group of 20 athletes who are the national team that we send for these camps. Then for this year, we started thinking, what if we can make this kind of training available to more than just 20 people? Maybe what if we can have it available for 100 Filipino athletes, right? The more athletes that we can expose to international level training, right? The faster the level of jiu-jitsu in the Philippines is gonna be, right? I was looking at the models of Vietnam and Thailand. When we go to competitions abroad, I always chat with their federation heads also. I asked them, do you have foreign training camps? I said, no, we do everything here in Thailand. We do everything here in Vietnam, right? And their progress has exponentially improved, right? The Philippines does have a lead in jiu-jitsu because we started much earlier than the rest of our neighboring Southeast Asian nations, at least 10 years before everyone else started having jiu-jitsu. And because of that, we found early success in the Southeast Asian scene, but soon enough, the neighboring countries started getting better and better also, and they're just doing it in their own countries. So we started looking at that model and we said, yeah, instead of sending the national team abroad here, let's get a world-class coach, a world-class athlete, bring them over here, train 100 Filipinos, do that once, twice a year, and get an exponential growth in the level of jiu-jitsu in the Philippines. We already have a head start. We want to maintain that. We want to continue that momentum. We want to be successful for many, many more years to come.
And what you think about, because you say we want to one coach, but I bring a group of my team. There is my healthy coach, the breathing coach, and the assistant coach. There is my son Matias. There is in one of the best team of the first league, jiu-jitsu league in the world. There is in the United States, and he's one of the team. What do you think about it? Because in the beginning you say one coach, but I bring 2 more in the team.
Well, from the start, we knew that we needed to bring in 1 coach and at least 1 athlete, if not 2, right? Because we wanted to, number 1, be under the guidance of that very successful coach who has produced successful athletes in the international level, right? But we also needed to have one of his athletes, well, in your case, one of your athletes, come in and show us how to execute the guidance of that coach, right? Because that's totally something different, right? We need someone who can coach us, but we need also someone to see how that coaching system is implemented. So it really was a good fit for our needs, right? And the addition of the mental health coach and the nutrition coach with Maria Cecilia, that's a really big bonus for us. And I can see that all the participants here in the camp, they really embrace the teachings from the breathing and the nutrition. So it's all in all, it's a really great package. I think we got a really good coaching staff from you, from Matias, from Maria Cecilia, and we're very, very grateful. the feedback that I received from the athletes and the parents is tremendous success for this 1 month camp, and we can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I hope we can come back again. I'm very happy. I'm a little sad because it's the last day, the last week, and I connect with all the kids. You know, I connect with you. You like my family. We've been together like for 1 month, back and forth, talking about the kids, talking about what we're gonna do, eating together with your family. I'm very happy for meet you and to be part of this. In Jiu-Jitsu, okay, in Jiu-Jitsu, we go about Jiu-Jitsu. You told me that you got background in Judo too.
Yes.
Okay. What is your best takedown in Judo throw?
Okay, if we're just talking about Judo.
Judo.
I like Ippon Seonage, I like Uchimata. I do a right-handed Uchimata, I go a left-handed Seonage, so I don't change my grips, right?
That's cool. And Jiu-Jitsu, God player or passing player?
Passing player,
Passing
right?
player.
Right.
If you got idol, the old school, who's gonna be your idol in Jiu-Jitsu?
That's a good question. I didn't think about that before going here. Well, you know, I saw Hickson once in the Pan Ams, 2005.
Rickson.
Yeah, Hickson Gracie, right? I saw him from afar, and I ran all the way across the venue just to chase him because he's going out. I finally got him right outside the gate, and I'm shouting, Hickson, I'm from the Philippines. I got a picture of that moment, but it got posted on Friendster, and Friendster's not there anymore.
Yeah,
so
I
no
got
more.
good connection with Rickson. Say hello to Rickson and to Clever Luciano, one of his black belt, and he already promoted to black and red belt. And Rickson is, for me, one of the best players in the world,
definitely.
a legend. The new generation of Jiu-Jitsu, if you got to pick up somebody, who's you pick up?
Oh, man, there's so many great players out there right now, right? I guess Tainan Dalpra, right? The guy's good in the gi, right? You got
In
like
no gi?
Levi Jones Leary, and the no-gi. You got the Rowotolo brothers, they're amazing. Mika Galvao, you know, those guys are the ones to look up to. You know, the one who's been the most successful in both, I guess, would be Nicholas Mirigali too.
Yes.
So that's amazing. You know, that's
he's
really good.
Good guys. Sorry that he got an injury, but he's a good player.
Yeah.
In gi and no gi.
He came back already, right? He had one match in the UFC already since
but
his
he's
injury.
got an injury again.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's why
tough,
he's tough
man.
to fight.
Yeah.
If you have a super fight, what is gonna be your walkout sound?
Oh man, I like Soundgarden, dude. I like Chris Cornell. I like Soundgarden, Slaves and Bulldozers from the Bad Motor Finger album.
That's cool
Soundgarden.
because we're gonna do a playlist. I'm gonna send you the playlist in the end of the year.
Let's do it.
What about the youth that want to do jiu-jitsu and the parents that they don't know about jiu-jitsu and they think there's something gonna happen with them? What is the message that you can give it to them? Because you're the general secretary of the federation, what you think? What you can tell it to them?
For parents that want their kids
Parents
to do
and kids,
jiu-jitsu?
yes.
Right. Well, you know, try it out, try the sport out. You know, it's not for everyone, but it's for a lot of people. And you know, beyond the physical benefits of jiu-jitsu, you know, in sports we really build leaders, right? For my club, at least, right? The success on the mats is just a tool for them to be successful in life, right? Training will really bring them there. Competition will allow them to be resilient from the stresses of everyday life when the stakes are not that high yet, right? Because when it comes to real life, when the stress comes from business, family, relationships, right? If they don't know how to handle that, it's going to be very, very hard. That's why we put them through competition so that they can realize what high-level stress is. Maybe at the start they'll freeze in their first competition, but maybe in the next competition they'll be a little bit more adept into handling that stress until finally they won't freeze anymore. They know how to take action. So they learn that in the training room, they learn that in the competition mats, and when they finally face real-life stresses with real-life consequences, they know how to take action.
I hear that you have a club or your academy. Where is located your academy? What's the schedule for your academy?
Yeah, so my gym is called Origins Martial Arts. That's in Santa Rosa, in Laguna, down south from Manila. If you guys find yourself there, we have classes for kids, teens, and adults. We have no-gi classes, gi classes, morning classes, 8 a.m., afternoon classes, 4:30 p.m. for the kids, 5:45 p.m. for the adults. Pretty soon, once we fill those up, we're gonna have 7 p.m. classes also. So come join us if you find yourself in the area, in Nuvali, Santa Rosa, Laguna, Origins Martial Arts.
In the Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram, Origins Martial Arts. Right. Our handle is Origins Martial Arts PH.
Nice. Last question. What is the meaning of success for you?
Well, the financial success is great, but that only makes it easier for me, to attain the real level of success for me. And if I am able to raise my kids, that they'll be good people with good moral values and to be successful in their own fields, and they would still want to hang out with me and my wife even if they're independent already, I think that would be a success.
Thank you, TJ, for the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me up over here to Philippines.
Yeah.
What message for the youth to Philippines?
Right. Well, first of all, thank you to Professor Raul. Thank you to Matias. Thank you to Maria Cecilia for joining us for a whole month. It's a big task. It's a big undertaking, but I believe that what we've done here is very, very successful. We've helped a lot of the Filipino youth athletes, right? On a personal level, Jiu-Jitsu, the great thing about Jiu-Jitsu is everywhere in the world you get to make friends, and I'm glad that I've been able to make friends with you and your family. I'm happy that we were able to have you part of our lives even just for 1 month. My family and I are grateful to have had this 1 month with you, and I hope to be able to spend some time with you again in the future. The message for the athletes, do what you can when you can. That's a message that I give to all my students. Right now, if you have the ability to train Jiu-Jitsu regularly in your clubs, do it. If you have the ability to compete on the weekends, do it, right? Don't wait till you're ready. You're never really ready. You just do what you can at the moment and do the best that you can there. Because there will become a time that maybe you're busy with family, with business, and it's not as easy for you to prepare for these things anymore. So take advantage of the moment, do what you can do right now, prepare yourselves for opportunity, right? So when that opportunity comes, you will be successful.
Gracias por la entrevista, TJ. Una vez más aquí en Gacho Jiu-Jitsu Ancestral. ¡Hey!
Hey!
Una foto, let's take a picture here.
Nunca perder el aliento.